Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Glass Seats. This is Viddy.
And my name is Mrinal, and in this episode, we are going back to Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Clayton Keller, the longtime Arizona Coyote, is named captain of the Utah Hockey Club.
I mean, this was a given, right? Like, I feel like this was a long time coming, even in Arizona. If they had stayed this season, I could have seen this being a move as well.
And, he was one of those players who was like, no, I want to stay here in Arizona.
Yeah.
And I want to win in Arizona. And now it's going to be in Utah, but still.
Yeah, and the hell that Arizona has gone through, and he was like, I'm here. This is a man loyal, and I feel like that is a big reason he got that C, honestly.
Arizona's always had one. They had Shane Doan, and after him, it was Clayton Keller.
Really? Shane Doan was captain the entire way? Well, no, I guess Ekman Larson took it for a little bit, right? Not by
captain. I meant more of saying I'm going to stay in Arizona.
Oh, loyal. Yeah, the one loyal guy.
Shane Doan could have gone somewhere.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I mean, I guess now that you have Josh Doan there, too.
Yeah.
He could... I mean, I don't know skill-wise what's the difference in parity between those two, between Josh and Shane.
Yeah.
But, like, Clayton Keller is, like... we all know he's the guy, right? Like,
yeah.
So... leadership aside, I think there's also the debate where we've talked about this in past episodes, the rising young talent, if you want to call it, in Arizona/Utah. Guys like Logan Cooley, Lawson Krause. But something about Clayton Keller just feels right.
Because he's homegrown.
Yeah. In 2016, I think, the draft, he was picked up and
honestly, he's a star.
Yeah. It's the fact that, and we've said this before too as well, where it's just, this kid would just be like all over the media if he was in, I don't know, but Montreal, even Winnipeg.
I mean, leave like 06 and leave Canada out of it. If he was in St. Louis, or Dallas,
like in Dallas, he would. I mean, the same way Wyatt Johnston's getting crazy amount, and
Jason Robertson,
deservedly so. Yeah, those guys are getting crazy amounts of attention. This is the guy, and again, going back to the whole Utah having stability and just being able to kind of do their thing now. I mean, I feel like this is unlocking a world of optimism for not just the fans, but the actual franchise itself.
I don't know about you, but I'm getting 17-18 Vegas vibes.
Absolutely. I could not agree more. I was like, I think a lot of people are sleeping on this team. And I think they're going to do a lot more damage now that everything is kind of settled,
Yeah.
So
I talked last week about how I don't think they were going to make the playoffs, and I still think that's true.
Yeah.
But every move they made since coming to Utah has been banger.
Yeah, just makes sense. Just makes sense. Yeah.
Except for Utah HC. Whatever. Fine.
They have a captain before a name. Are you kidding?
You could have picked a name. Let's be real.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, you would have.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Utah HC, besides that, I mean, the arena, they're trying to get going. They've got a deal for it. I know their current arena is not the best.
Yeah.
But
they're working on it.
They're working on it.
Yeah.
The colors they picked are super nice.
Pretty nice, yeah.
They have an owner who really cares, has said all the right things in the media.
Mm-hmm.
It's good vibes.
Things seem like they're falling into place. It feels like just even when following Arizona, something just felt off about that team, right? Even just going to the desert, even players in the media responses, they would be asked where's somewhere you don't like visiting? And they're like, Arizona. And I was like, what? So many players want to go to LA, Anaheim, literally just for the weather. San Jose, just for the weather. Dallas.
Arizona should have that too.
Why are people so spooked by Arizona? And that's what I mean. The vibes were off, right?
And the last couple of years, the facilities were not NHL standard.
I guess that's true. Yeah. Mullet Arena's away dressing room wasn't even a dressing room.
Yeah. You were playing in a college barn.
Yeah.
Right. And other teams have masseuses on deck.
Yeah.
It's
it's just not right. Yeah. It's just an embarrassment for the players. Right. Mm-hmm. So things seem like they're falling into place here. And yeah, again, 17-18 Vegas vibes. I wanted to bring up, we were talking right before this recording started about Seattle having a captain in Mark Giordano before he was traded at the deadline. And now, I think they're still captainless for the most part.
No, they haven't had one since Giordano.
Yeah, and so a lot of people are speculating on Jordan Eberle or maybe Jared McCann, possibly Adam Larson. Do you think this kind of sets the precedent for younger team or newer teams just having that bold leadership right up front?
I think the captain serves a purpose in hockey games as a leader and all of that. Mm-hmm. More importantly for the fans, I think it serves as a marketing tool. Because let's say you're new to the NHL, you're new to hockey.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, who's the good player?
That is
you
true.
default to the captain, right?
That is true. A lot of these guys, until like Liam O'Brien got on stage and his spicy tuna, whatever, all that.
Yeah.
He had a moment connecting with the fans, but other than that, unless you were following this team from Arizona and you were, I don't know, all like you're now or hopping on the Utah bandwagon, like you didn't know these guys, right? Like a lot of people are about to find out who Logan Cooley is, who Clayton Keller is, who like, you know what I mean? Like there is some promise here. But I actually can see this being a jersey selling thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it just helps, right? Okay. Watch Clayton Keller.
This is the guy. Yeah.
And if you want more, there'll be a few guys with A's on their chest too,
yeah, right? Exactly. Yeah. And I don't want to sit here and pretend like he didn't deserve it. I think he did. Again, like even in Arizona, I feel like this was the right choice to make. It's just crazy how the timing is lining up so perfectly, like a little too perfectly, in my opinion.
Like we said last week, it's an owner who cares. Yeah,
and it's amazing how much of a world of difference that makes. But congrats to the guy. I mean, he absolutely deserves it, and I think this is just going to be a huge step in the right direction.
Absolutely. Let us know your thoughts on Utah HC in the comments below. If you like this episode, hit a like on it. Hit subscribe if you want more glass seats. We got episodes out every week, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.